This year marks the 70th anniversary of the signing of the Korean War Armistice Agreement. It is God's grace that we've been able to enjoy peace and achieve unprecedented economic development for 70 years. Without God's protection, today's Korea would not have existed. Nevertheless, when we look at domestic and international politics, it seems like conflict and tension between the two Koreas are at their peak. It feels like the 70-year-old tension is coming to an end. What will happen to our country? We don't know whether this truce will continue on, whether war will resume, or whether Korea will be unified under one system or some compromise system. We're at a crossroads right now. God protected our small country from the communist forces of China, Russia, and North Korea. We almost became a communist country, but we became a democracy with a free market economy and with the freedom to believe in God. And we have achieved remarkable progress. However, North Korea selected communist dictatorship and became the poorest country in the world with the least amount of human rights. Despite these stark results, North Korea is still threatening us with their nuclear weapons, and they're trying to influence us with their Juche ideology, fueling internal conflict and division. Why is God keeping the regime alive and even strengthening it with nuclear weapons? When we look at the history of Israel, we can get a sense of how God uses evil countries. When northern Israel and southern Judah sinned, God used Assyria and Babylon as rods to discipline them. God is primarily interested in His children. When evil forces gain power, it is God's rod of love to turn His children back to Him. Likewise, North Korea is a rod in God's hand. They exist because God still has a use for them. Then, it is not the rod we should fear, but God who is holding that rod. We must realize why God is holding a rod and why He is angry. When God disciplines a country, the primary responsibility is with the church because we are His children. We, the church, should look over ourselves. Pastors should especially do so. They should ask whether they're exalting themselves, whether they are putting themselves before God, and whether they're trying to establish their own kingdom rather than God's kingdom, whether they're treating their flock like a means to an end, and whether they're using God's money as their own. And lay people should ask whether they love the world more than God, whether they followed God just for His blessings, and whether there has been true change in their character and lives. Also, we Christians must develop spiritual discernment. Faith and ideology are not totally separate things. Communism and socialism came from materialism and atheism. They're anti-Christian ideologies denying God's existence. And North Korea's Jewish ideology worships a man as a god. Therefore, it would not make any sense for a Christian to follow communism, socialism, Jewish ideology, and leftist ideology. A true Christian cannot follow such ideologies. He or she cannot visit North Korea multiple times to give God's money to anti-Christian forces. We must be discerning. Now is the time when the sheep and goats reveal who they are. This is a matter of heaven and hell, where we'll spend eternity in. Don't be complacent in trusting some church and pastor's reputation only, and rather pray to God for guidance. We don't know what God will do with our country, but it is clear that now is the time to repent. Think about all the blessings we've enjoyed for the past 70 years. But now we're too arrogant. We're not grateful to God, and we have lost the sense that we owe Him everything. In every age, God leaves a few remnants. Elijah and Paul were examples. Most people serve both God and idols, but these remnants served God only. And God sometimes delayed his judgment and gave one more chance, and even after judgment, gave restoration on account of those people. God is just, but it seems that he wants to make an excuse not to destroy all mankind. So the remnants remain, not because they're good or because they work hard, but because of the sheer grace of God. I hope that we'll become the remnants of this age. So ask God for that grace. I pray that we'll serve as walls of prayer for our country in front of impending judgment. Father, have mercy on us. Please let the churches repent their sins and come back to you. Please unify our land in the gospel and make us faithful in Jesus.
For my shameful acts of past, Father, please remember now. In the right direction lead me, Lord. Walk with me in joy and grief. Let my soul find sweet relief. Day and night, please let me stay with me. Remember all my pain, all my sorrows, all my tears. Please hold my hand and walk with me, Lord. All my life I give to you. All my breath I pray for you. Jesus, hold my hand and keep me close. All my sin and all my wrong, Father, please forgive them all. In the right direction lead me, Lord. Jesus, your amazing love, heavenly glory from above. Let my mouth proclaim them to the world. Remember all my pain, all my sorrows, all my tears. Please hold my hand and walk with me, Lord. All my life I give to you. All my breath I pray for you. Jesus, hold my hand and keep me close. When I breathe my final breath, when I draw the liver close, Lord, I pray, accept my wretched soul. When I come before your throne, let me see your smiling face. Let me sing your mercy, love, and grace. Remember all my pain, all my sorrows, all my tears. Please hold my hand and walk with me, Lord. All my life I give to you. All my breath I pray for you. Jesus, hold my hand and keep me